Sit down, please. Sit down. I didn't call you. I didn't call you. I didn't call you. I'll give you voter suppression. Take a look at the CNN polls, how inaccurate they were. That's called voter suppression. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I'm not responding. I'm responding to, excuse me, I'm not responding to you. I'm talking to this gentleman. Will you please sit down? Excuse me, would you please sit down? Please, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Now that the House of
Very
Representatives
hostile.
has fled,
It's such a hostile media. It's so sad. You asked me about, no, you rudely interrupted him. You rudely interrupted him. Go ahead.
thank you, Mr. President. Do you or do
We have a phone call. Yeah,
We need to have a phone call. We need to have
Caller, you watch the Sister Talk. What's your name? Where you calling from? Hi.
What's
your
going
name?
Oh, my name is Carol.
Hey, Carol. Yeah. So, what do you say?
I think the lady was rude for trying to take the mic away from him.
Oh, you think she was rude? Okay. Right.
Yes. He was snatching the mic from her. That wasn't right.
No. But she was ordered to do it, and she was an intern. So, what can you say?
There was so much going on in that press conference. You've never seen a presidential press conference
you, Carol.
like that before.
It is sad to see how disrespectful that exchange was all the way around. Either on the press side or the president's side, it was absolutely despicable and disrespectful. And that would have never happened in any other administration that I've known of. It was a circus. There was no democratic, no political grace to that exchange at all, in my opinion. It was disgusting to watch. And if you look at any of the other press conferences in the past, you've never had that type of back and forth. It was ridiculous. How are you supposed to learn from that?
Caller, you watch the Sister Talk TV show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, Deidre. This is Lolly.
Hi, Lolly. How you doing?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So what's your initial reaction?
I'm doing good. I just watched the video.
Okay. And what do you say?
Oh, my God. I mean, I saw it the other day. I was in disbelief. I could not believe how this man, like, that back and forth exchange, so rude, abusive to people, disrespectful to April Ryan. I really hated the way he spoke to her.
Right.
But look at this woman. That's the thing that killed it for me. She is like a pit bull for Trump.
Yeah.
She's jumping up, grabbing at the microphone and all this kind of stuff, and then he's going to flip it back and say that this man tried to hurt her, tried to hit her.
Yeah.
Homegirl was out of pocket the way she grabbed that mic.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Lolly.
And if that man had swung back and hit her, I'm not saying that he would have been right, but natural human reflex.
Right.
You try to snatch something out my hand, I'm going to prevent you from doing it.
Right. Thank you. Yeah.
But, I got a lot more to say, but we ain't got enough time to hear all that. But thank you, ladies, for taking the time to hear me.
Oh, thank you.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you for
This is
calling
horrible.
in.
I hope they hurry and get him out. That's
Okay.
all I can say. Have a great day, ladies.
Thank you.
You do the same.
We want you to sing another song, but I do want to spend a little bit of time on Jeff Sessions. You know he resigned
Yes.
the day after. Shocking.
Like, wow.
He did one act before he resigned. You all know what it is?
I didn't know that. I didn't hear.
No, he made it more harder for authorities to investigate police brutality, police murder.
He left on that note?
He left on that note. And it's amazing. I would say this amazing. Although he recused himself from the Russian investigation, which was very smart. Trump said that it was disloyal. He was a traitor. But he was doing everything Trump wanted. And now they got this guy, Matthew Whitaker, or what have you. I don't know nothing. I don't. You just don't know. Yeah. But hey, we're going to take a break. And we want you to sing one more song.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
It'd be a pleasure. Hopefully.
No break?
No break.
So,
shall I go?
Yeah, just go. We'll watch you walk over. It's okay. It's okay. It happens all the time.
Yes. Hold on. Oh.
we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
This song is for you. I wrote it for in 2005. It's called "The People Shall Rise," and it's to celebrate the people of the world.
Thank you.
Welcome. We all know the water, how it ebbs, how it flows. My spirit was brought here by water on a ship a long time ago. Yeah, I was brought here to this place to be shamed and disgraced. But what the man don't understand, that like a tree I was meant to stand, and just like the water, just like the water, just like the water, the people shall rise on, just like the water, just like the water, just like the water, the people shall rise. All right. Yeah, 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 yeah. La, 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 la. Now we all know the truth. They're trying to displace us, trying to erase us. But don't you know, they will never have their way, 'cause just like the water, just like the water, just like the water, the people shall rise on, just like the water, just like the water, just like the water, the people shall rise, and there won't be no levee to stop us, won't be no hand to hold us back. Just like the water, the people shall rise. Yeah, 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 yeah. Just like the water. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just like the water. Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah. Just like the water, the people shall rise. Now we all know the water, its power, how it ebbs, how it flows, and so it goes. That no matter what they do to us, no matter what they say, the people will find a way. Yeah. Just like the water, just like the water, just like the water, the people shall rise on, just like the water, just like the water, just like the water, the people shall rise, and there won't be no levee to stop us, won't be no hand to hold us back. Just like the water, the people shall the people shall rise.
Yeah. Yes, yes. All right, Lindsay Wilson. At Sister Talk TV show, Lounge.
Thank you.
You can duck. You go behind the camera. Sister Talk TV show, Lounge.
Yeah,
Solo, doing her thing.
broke my pick.
Oh,
That's how hard I was playing it. Woo!
I want to
Sorry.
mention Intisaki Shange.
yes.
Am I saying her name right?
You're saying
Intisaki
it right.
Shange. She was a phenomenal poet.
Yes, she was.
You know, I fell in love with Toussaint L'Ouverture because of Intisaki Shange. Yeah, I did. I just wanted to shout her out and everything. But we're going to get back to her. But first, let's talk about Michelle Obama's book,
Oh, Becoming Michelle.
Becoming Michelle.
Yeah.
Do you know what she said about? Do you know any clips? Okay, here's what she said. One of the things she said about that she had infertility problems at 35 years old. Yeah,
And that she had in vitro.
yeah. She had a
Fertilization.
miscarriage the first time.
Okay.
She had a miscarriage the first time, and she said she felt so all alone and just horrible because Barack was away doing his thing, you know, coming back and forth. And they tried it again with IV.
vitro.
in
And they
vitro.
got the two
And they
girls.
got the two daughters from in vitro.
Wow.
But she put that in the book. She said because women need to talk about that. The biological clock is real.
She's right too, because so much of our pain we hold inside and we keep these things private. We don't talk about these things. And you know, you would never know because they had that such quintessential family image, and you don't know the pain and the struggles that go on. So for her to be that transparent and say it's okay to talk about, you know, what your pain is or what things that you've gone through and
Yes,
struggled with, I mean, it gives women an opportunity to draw strength from her own story, and she
Right.
continues to be an inspiration just because of that.
Continues
Yeah,
to
she
be,
does. Yeah.
Yep.
She also talked about her and Barack Obama went through marriage counseling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because she did not want him to run. You know,
Really?
she wasn't
Wow.
sure about it. First of all, they're in Chicago, so you know, I was born in Chicago, so I know. You know? And you know, it's like, you know, she didn't really want him to do that, and it took a while for her to warm up to that. You know, they literally had a lot of trouble with that.
Right.
But and I think he's even spoken about it a little bit in touches here and there if you go back to some old interviews. But again, I mean, I'm incredibly continuously inspired by Michelle because she's so real. Like when I met her, I worked on Barack Obama's first campaign and in a battleground state, Ohio. I had a youth organization then, and we had a lot of young leaders that could go door to door, do canvassing, and we went even as far as Cleveland. You know, we went
Wow.
Cleveland, Akron, Canton.
Yeah.
Joined up with LeBron.
You met
we
her what happened?
Yeah,
You
so
met-
I mean, when I met her, she was just amazingly real, and that was the thing that like kind of won me over because that was when people were still like, "Who is this guy?
Right. Who
Like,
is she?
what is he about?"
Well, I would say this, that, you know, she also said that she, you know, she's the first lady. And I guess every first lady, they can identify with other presidents and first lady. And she said that, you know, people can identify with John Quincy Adams, George Washington's first lady. She said she could only identify with Sojourner Truth.
Wow.
That said a lot. That's why I'm saying that she was the hope.
Yeah,
The hope of the slave, the dream of the slave,
Maya Angelou.
and all that. But also, she said this, that with all this rhetoric that Trump spewed, this hatred
Yeah.
about, you know,
The birther.
the birther moment and all that, and she felt like that his supporters would come to him. And she would never forgive him about that. Okay, let's talk about Ntozake Shange, okay? We got 5 minutes. You know, like I said, I fell in love with Toussaint. I knew Toussaint L'Ouverture about him. But the way she did that monologue,
my
and I
goodness.
fell in love with
Masterful.
Toussaint L'Ouverture. And he's still, sorry, Zaki, I still dream about him.
No, it's just worthy.
That, you know,
He was powerful because he did not bow down and he stood up for something. And it's funny because so for colored girls who considered suicide, because I remember I overheard some ladies talking about this because Ntozake Shange passed away recently, and they were saying, you know, for colored girls who committed suicide, no, it was considered suicide. They did not
Good
commit
point.
suicide.
Point.
They
Well
considered
played.
it
Well played.
when the rainbow was
Enough.
enough. And she said she wrote the book for women who were not, who haven't even come into existence yet, so that they could have a manual and a guide to know, to strengthen themselves for the tough times that they're going to face. And she had a woman for every color. And Lady in Brown is the one you're talking about. I know this because I had a book club, and we actually went and we read the book, and then we performed the book, and I was Lady in Brown. And I also had the same love for Tucson.
Idris Elba was nominated for the most sexiest person in
really?
in the USA or in the world. I'm gonna say Denzel is still, you know.
Denzel's still my number one.
Yeah, he's still my number one.
Denzel has the best walk I've ever seen in my life.
He has swagger.
He has that swagger.
I like
Yeah.
his walk.
It's his whole swagger.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a New York thing, or no, it's a New York thing too. Something about New York men.
I like the richness of Idris. So I like that he's a rich black chocolate man. I think that's fabulous.
Okay, we gotta close the show, but I want people to are you all doing anything that you want people to contact you? Okay, we're about to close the show though, but go ahead
So
quickly.
I am working on a couple endeavors. On the community board in Central Harlem, we had 886 phone calls to domestic violence to the 32 precinct. I am having a women's issues committee. I've joined with the DA's office. I've joined with women's organizations. So please call me. My number is 646 906-2322, and my email address is MARIMOSSYAWN, like you're tired, @gmail.com. And I am having some meetings to organize around those issues.
Okay, how about yourself?
Lindsay Wilson Music. Go to my website and you'll find out where I'm going to be next. I'm setting up other performances for 2019 that are very exciting, and I'm in the process of that. Or you can go to my Facebook and friend me there, Lindsay Wilson.
Okay, I want to thank everybody for watching the show and the people that called in. You can always hook us up at Facebook, Sister Talk TV Show. Call us at sistertalk@gmail.com if you want to come on the show, or we're looking for sponsors and all that great stuff. Thank you for Zaki for bringing this wonderful show to existence. The crew, yay, great crew and all that. And I just we got like some seconds left, but again, we're always on here at MNN.org, Channel 1, Verizon or Spectrum, Channel 34, I think Fios 33, RCN we're on. I don't have it right offhand. But, thank you.
Thank you. Because you're amazing. You always have the best panelists. You know how to keep it moving. All the time. It's a hot show, Sister Talk.
Yeah,
love you.
Thank you. I love you all. I really do. I love black women. I really do. I love black people. And I love people in general, just for my cousins out there. But, we're here to uplift people. This is Dietrich Kelsey, and I'm wishing you peace, love, and light.
Sister Talk.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, this is Dietrich Kelsey, host of Sister Talk TV show. What you're watching is Sister Talk after the live telecast. And with me from the live telecast is Maury Moss. And our special treat from the live telecast is Lindsay Wilson. Your next song that you wrote this year, tell us about that song. What inspired you? What's the name of the song?
It won't stop until the people get started. I think that kind of speaks for itself, because we're looking at change, as we had discussed, and this song kind of lends itself to that change. And I just hope I'm an inspiration, and in this song, when people hear it, they're inspired to get out there and do what it takes to make that change.
Well, Lindsay, I'm so glad that you came back here to share your gifts. I do want to say this, that I love your spirit. I think that you care about the world, what's happening, and I love the suggestions and the compliments that you give me. but you all make the show, the guests. So go ahead.
That's very
Start
kind
yourself.
of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deidre.
It won't stop till the people get started. How long will we be broken hearted by men who run this world with greed? Are they giving you what you need? It won't stop till the people get started. How long will we be broken hearted? If you're ready for a brand new day, let's find a better way. We don't want to live in anger. We don't want to live in fear. Let us be strong enough to fight through the tears. 'Cause it won't stop till the people get started. How long must we shake our heads? If you're ready to be free, come on, sing along with me. Sing along, sing along. Hey, 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 hey. Listen to the elders, they've been down this road before. They've seen the injustice and the bitterness of many wars, and they will tell you what to look out for. 'Cause it won't stop till the people get started. How long will we be broken hearted by politicians telling dirty lies, unwilling to compromise? It won't stop till the people get moving. How long must we be forlorn? Devil, get out of our way. You've had your day. Hey, look, I'm not a preacher. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. We've been given the free will to choose. And it won't stop till the people get started. I'm weary of this trickery. If you're tired of the bait and switch, honey, switch to this. A new consciousness. Listen to the voices of the stories yet untold. There's enough grace in this human race to fill the world up with love. Let's fill the world up with love, compassion, and truth. Cause it won't stop till the people get started. Too long we've been broken hearted by people who seem to have the key to how we think, how we love, how we breathe. It won't stop till we get started. Give yourself a break for human's sake, 'cause you know there's a better way to make this world better. Please open your eyes. Soon we will have to choose sides. Keep your eye on the prize. Stay focused, 'cause we're gonna rise. Stay focused, 'cause we're gonna rise. It won't stop till the people get started. 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 There's power in rising together.
Yes. Yeah. Come on over here and sit down. Now you can sit down. You know, I felt like the ancestors were talking, were singing through you.
I was
Nick,
just
that's why
wishing
you're so
my little
exhausted.
girls were here to hear you. I mean, the message, because our young people need to be cognizant early. I mean, look,
These children today are born with
iPhones in their hands. So,
Maureen,
so
you know the deal,
knowing,
yeah.
and I love that line, listen to the elders, they've been here before, because we haven't passed down enough of the history to the generations before. And
Yes.
so, like, my mom made me do reports, you know. She said, well, she enticed me with $5. You get $5
Yes,
per
I hear you.
Black History Report. You right. And so I would go get all the flashcards. And I did one, you know, and stock up on some money. But I'm just saying we haven't passed enough of the information down, and your music is very insightful in that way.
Oh,
I was
thank you.
I was just picturing my 3 little girls over there dancing, listening to your
Just
to your
having fun.
message.
Oh, I mean, I'm really it's coming from my sisters. It means a lot because I'm going out here and I'm doing it out of faith and just dropping it and just doing it for the sake of your children and the children that come before us and the elders. The reason why I put that part in there, I was just talking with my friend about that, is because it empowers the elder.
Right.
Listen to them. They've been down this road before. We know a lot of elders who are not really even elders. They look really good to be elders, but they've been here for a minute. And so I wanted to put that verse in there to give them the power to speak up and write us. If you see we're going down the wrong path, you know, you've been through this before. So please direct the millennials
To
you
the
know,
right
like
path.
Cortez, who's going to need that support, right? You know, but she has the energy. So now the elders can be like the wind, you know, to kind of move her forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a very good analogy for
Well,
exactly what we're facing, and all the new women that are going into Congress. I mean, you got 535
people to argue with all day when you get to the Hill.
And a lot of them, it appears that a lot of them are toxic. But speaking of Congress and the elders and all that, you want to talk about Social Security.
Yeah, you know, it's great because it seems like, Maury, you have like a kind of understanding about what's going on here too with the Social Security. I got a clip on my Facebook page encouraging me to pass it on to others about Social Security and how the Social Security benefits are going to be changed to federal benefits. The name is going to change, which kind of changes the whole context of what
So
Social
what do you think
Security
is happening, though?
Well, I mean, I think that there again change is coming where our money is going to be usurped, as in we won't really have as much money, and when you do the math, all of us have started working, had Social Security benefits
But
taken out
isn't
of
Social
us.
Security part of federal? That's
It is.
But changing the name.
Changing the names changes.
It's some trickery.
It's some trickery.
So like my aunt cracked me up because one morning she said, well, that's if anything's left by the time y'all get to our age. She said, you know, and it was a joke, but it wasn't really. I mean, it's almost like one of those like
Anything
truth
is possible,
jokes.
yeah.
Because, you know, people keep saying that our dollar is not backed by, you know, enough gold. I mean, there's just not enough to back up the U.S. dollar, and we may be looking at a one world economy at some point. So as you're seeing, and I hate saying these scary things like this, but
information, no fear,
but
just
as
facts.
you see things get rebranded with that, I mean, there would be no need to rebrand it if it wasn't changing, right?
Right,
So
correct.
that's where the cause for alarm is, and that's why. You know, your music, like that particular song, example-wise, was like, you know, people need to stay awake and aware of what's going on. Now that we have technology,
and I come from also the marketing advertising world too, so I worked with some of the most
But you know, I
brilliant
want to
minds.
ask you this, now that we do have technology and people need to be aware, you think that people should be aware with the social media and technology, but when I see stunts like President Trump at the press conference, I always think it's a distraction.
It is.
It's a distraction to something else. And that distraction, one of them could have been the Social Security. Nobody's paying attention to that. And other things that's going on in there. So, you know, I meant to say during the live show, I looked at it, it was funny, but at the same time it was sad because I felt like something was behind that. And he's not a stupid man.
No, he is not. If anything you learn from that press conference is that man is so smart. It's almost like he is very smart.
Very calculated.
He knew to move back and walk away from the podium. He knew exactly, like he knew what he was doing. He was in complete control of himself and what he was doing. So he's very, very intelligent. But there's a lot of layers of things that are going on all at the same time. I mean, if you were a press person, you could look at that press conference and pretty much pick apart every single aspect of what was happening and realize that there were a lot of nonverbal communication going on in there for what's going to be coming. And then you have a lot of other stuff that is happening behind the scenes in preparation for these women that are going to be coming up there, and they have a huge learning curve because, you know, anybody who's ever lobbied on the Hill, it is so tricky, you know?
Well, you know, I always say I am a DC girl. I am a government child. So I know how they roll.
Yeah.
You know, camera. Camera. What's going on with the camera? Thank you. I mean, not just me, but everybody. But anyway, yeah, I know how they roll. You know, I know how they can play. They could get dirty, and Trump did say something. He thought that New York real estate guys were worse. He said this town is something else. And everybody goes through D.C., through that White House, say that. But yeah, getting back to Social Security, the millennials, social media, the distraction, a one world economy and all that. Yeah, I think something's happening. I think this hashtag #MeToo and Time's Up movement, and I will say this, I don't think it's unified amongst women around the world. Because I believe that certain groups have hijacked it. And I just think that if we do not come together as women, bond, that we may end up as the Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, please don't say that.
I think
I pray not.
Not that.
I pray not.
Yeah.
No, but I watched. All I needed to do was see a preview of that, and I was like, no, Lord, no. But I hear you because you're absolutely. Unfortunately, you might be right because there's hierarchies in each of what we're seeing are split offs in each. Even when I was talking about even the African American community, so there's no unity among groups. There's split offs. There's factions.
Right.
But what is happening with technology and everything else that's going on is as you're on your phone and liking things, it's tracking what you like, how you shop, what you do, and it's kind of like branding you, like kind of like figuring out who you are as a person, and then it's like they're able to pretty much calculate which way, like based on what everybody's responses are on these social media and advertising and marketing, they're able to kind of gauge how they can tell you who the next president will be based on all those answers.
We're going to have to close the doors to the show.
Algorithms.
Yeah, we're going to have to close because we only have a minute left. Do you want to say any last words? 10 seconds, any last words?
I'm just very happy to be here and with the opportunity to speak to my sisters about the issues of today. I think we need more conversations and open debates and discussions about what's going on so we can take the proper steps going forward.
10 seconds.
I was just encouraged by this last election. A lot of people came out and voted in numbers, which they should have always been doing. So I just want to encourage people to be aware and aware of the political process, get involved and engaged in it, and come to your local community board meetings. If you don't join them, at least be in the room and be paying attention to the decisions that are being made.
Hey, I think you all summed it up for everything, for the whole show and after the show. So we're going to end this segment, and thank you all for staying after the live show and tuning in. Remember, you can always catch up with us at Facebook, Sister Talk TV show, or email us at sistertalk@gmail.com, SISTAH@gmail.com. I'm Deetra Kelsey, and as always, I'm wishing you peace, love, and remember to stay in the light.